Welcome to That's Good Broncos. I'm Brandon Perna, the lowest eye-jabbing NFL anchor on earth. A few days after the Broncos lost to the Colts 27-24, Aqib Talib has officially been suspended for one game. I'm going to talk about why this is a bullshit suspension, but not before I suggest a few new warm-up songs for Aqib Talib. In no particular order, Private Eyes by Hall & Oates, These Eyes Are Crying by the Guess Who, Behind These Hazel Eyes by Kelly Clarkson, In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel, Eyes Without a Face by Billy Idol, Hungry Eyes by Eric Carmen, Lying Eyes by the Eagles, the part of Crazy Train where Ozzy Osbourne goes, I, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Betty Davis Eyes, Eye in the Sky by the Alan Parsons Project, We Close These Eyes by Go West, Close My Eyes Forever by Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne, and of course, Out of Sight by James Brown and Dwayne Allen in the remix. Yeah, and Eye of the Tiger. Let me start by saying that I believe Aqib Talib's one-game suspension is fair. This poke in the eye looks intentional, and despite what Talib has said about the incident, this is a dirty play and has no place in the NFL. I believe his punishment is just. What blows my fucking mind is the NFL, after butchering player discipline under the scrutiny of the public eye last season, all offseason, still doesn't have a clue as to what the hell they're doing. Let me explain. Earlier this year, Adam Pac-Man Jones tried to inspect the inner workings of Amari Cooper's brain, supposedly to check for signs of CTE, but failed in doing so because Amari's head refused to split open despite being slammed into his helmet by Adam Jones. For this violent action, Adam Jones was not, I repeat, not suspended by the NFL. Instead, was fined a measly $35,000, which is more than I make doing this piece of shit show. So let's look at both plays simultaneously. For some reason, the NFL thinks the action on the left is less violent and non-deserving of a suspension in comparison to the action on the right. Poking someone in the eye is more dangerous than trying to spill their brains all over the field. When asked for a comment about the situation, the NFL said this:
Well, when you think about it, a helmet is designed to protect the head. It would be unwise of us to say such helmet is dangerous to a player's head, no matter the situation. That's the official statement by me, the NFL.
Tricky rhetoric as usual, NFL. This arbitrary discipline gets even stranger if you dig deep and go back to the barnyard stomp in Detroit 4 years ago when Ndamukong Suh stomped on Evan Dietrich Smith's arm. This occurred on Thanksgiving during a national broadcast, and Suh was suspended for 2 games. I can't believe Ndamukong Suh would do something so dirty and vicious on the day we celebrate tricking Native Americans into giving us this great country. Now, let's look at all 3 of these plays side by side by side. Stomp, poke, de-brain. Stomp, poke, de-brain. Stomp, poke, de-brain. 2-game suspension, 1-game suspension, no game suspension. It's also worth noting that Aqib Talib will forfeit a $323,000 game check for his suspension. That $323,000 in real money stays with the Denver Broncos. Again, I'd like to offer my name as the man to receive any money players from the Broncos lose due to fines or suspensions. If you make that happen, NFL, I will not continue to point out how inconsistent and inept you are at handling player discipline. Aqib Talib, Adam Jones, and Ndamukong Suh are 3 players who have all had on-field discipline problems. It's not like this was Adam Jones' first offense. He and Talib have also had off-the-field issues. My point is, they are all on thin ice when it comes to these types of incidents. And all I'm asking the NFL to do is pull its head out, clear the particles of fecal matter from their eyes, with a few drops of Clear Eyes, and see these situations the way the rest of us do with logic. If you suspended Suh for 2 games back in 2011 for his arm stomp, then you probably should have suspended Jones and Talib for 2 games this year. I'm saying that, and it hurts the guy and my team I desperately want to defend. It's not rocket science. Hell, it's not even high school chemistry, which kicked my ass. It's basic, common fucking sense. NFL? No, I'm not poking fun at you, Dwayne Allen, but we're watching you. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Make sure you subscribe here to my channel. Give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna. And why don't you go ahead and write a letter to the NFL demanding they either figure their shit out in terms of disciplining players, or they start giving me the fines players are fined for. That would be, I will take that.